Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And of course, you can watch it all in its entirety on Sunday afternoon on your local cable stations at 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. My sidekick here, Mr. Andrew Gitros.
Good morning.
We're going to pay you a whole show today.
Man, well, I got one quarter. Let's not get too carried away.
Well, that's true, but I'm going to try to remember to make sure we get, you know, and the pay is good. 0 times 0 equals to 0. I just like to let you know that before you get started, in case you want to walk off.
I understand.
But you're not going to do that.
I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to
stay
with it this week.
You love the fun we have
this
here.
Week, for
That's
sure.
what it's all about. And first of all, we've got to talk about some good sponsors to make all of this happen.
I don't know if I have any sponsors this week. I just noticed my sponsor list is even here, so I'll have to do like Cat said. I have to talk out my head. Let's start with Piggly Wiggly over with 2 locations in Opelousas, one in Simmsport, Louisiana. The pig always has the best stuff. The pig knows what's best. And you can get good pork steaks there. You can get all kind of great seasoned meats, smoked meats. You know, it's getting a little warm right now. What I like to do is get that tick pork steak that I cook slow on that grill. Get my charcoal and all my lot of fluid there. Good vegetables there.
Keep that inside
fresh fruit.
Tender, and juicy.
Don't get in a rush. You cook it too fast, you'll burn it.
Yep.
Don't do it right. That won't be right. But go by the local Piggly Wiggly. They can help you out. This one in the South Opelousas, they also do catering for you. And they got a deli there as well. Go by the pig. And one more sponsor.
Well, okay, go ahead. One more.
I
want to talk about Simmsport
real
quick.
Go ahead, Simmsport.
Mr. Tommy Matty, who owns the big truck stop and little gaming casino, and also, if I understand it correctly, he's the president of the port of Simmsport. And they're going to have
with bringing in Canadaville, the Canadaville property got moved into that whole group.
Sure did, and then the Canadaville very generous family donated that 900 acres of land and the land that they own, I guess, what they're using as the port. And we're going to have our they're having a meeting and a function this afternoon, Thursday afternoon, around 5 o'clock, and I've been invited to go, so I'm going to go over there and you know, meet people and
it's a ribbon cutting, or just sort of come tour the port?
I think it's kind of come see the improvements and probably to thank the family that donated all this land.
Oh, you think they'll be there as well?
Well, it's probably a representative, right? And I know that Senator Vitter and Senator Landrieu were both invited. Neither can attend because the session is in Washington, D.C. is ongoing, but they're going to have representatives there. So it should be a nice event.
The people from Canada are probably doing exactly what I did. When I was a kid, we'd go to Simmsport, me and Daddy would get a whole bunch of big yellow cats right there. So I'm sure it's what the people who came down from Canada for to get a yellow cat.
You know, you might have been buying that from Vicky. Vicky, the girl I go out with, her husband, Pug, just recently sold, is what I understand.
Right. Her husband at that time.
Yeah, at that time, way back. She worked at that fish market.
Really?
Yeah, and delivered, and they had quite a big business over there.
I'll have to ask Daddy which one we used to buy it from. I was a little bitty boy.
Mr. Arnoldville. They just don't have a D in it. It's Arnoldville, but it doesn't have a D.
There you go. How about one more sponsor then? Now we covered Simmsport.
Yep.
We're all right. How about Carl's Thrifty Way? If you got a bad nose like me and a throat and a cough, and I know a lot of y'all do right now because I went to Dr. Bazille's office this week, who said hello to you, by the way. He's still in a real good mood. He was pumped up and cutting up with me. But anyway, he was kind of surprised I went in not half dead. Usually when I show up at the doctor's office, I said, I'm going to go on the front end of the illness instead of when I'm just about finished, then I roll in for him to try to save me, you know. But I went in early. You go by Carl's, they can get you all your prescription needs, especially with that. And, you know, your doctors now, they're pretty smart. You know, like Dr. Bazille, you know, he gives me a prescription for some of the stuff I need prescription with. He says, well, some of this other stuff, you just buy that over the counter. Some of this prescription stuff, you can get generic. So, you know, he knows about your budget. Your pharmacist knows about your budget as well. You know, when you go to Carl, sometimes they'll suggest for you. Say, well, if you want this brand, we can, but we also have other, you know, other alternatives that are similar that will, you know, work the same. So your pharmacist, he knows what's going on. Your doctor knows what's going on. They're going to help you out. Go by Carl's, and don't forget about them for gifts. You know, it's graduation. I heard your godchild's graduating from Opelousas High School on the 23rd of
right
this
around the
month.
corner.
So that's all.
It's my scholarship time.
It's a scholarship time as well.
I'm kind of thinking of going. I need to go. I went when little Andrew.
When Ian had graduated.
Well, it was Ian. Yeah, that's right. Not little Andrew.
Andrew still got 1 year left. Still 1 year left.
Right.
But Austin is this year. So anyway, go by there, gift wrapping, do gift wrapping, but they got a lot of good gift ideas and confirmations as well. That's what Andrew is doing, confirmation at the end of the month. And
talking about medicine and Dr. Basile, May is National Stroke Month, and Kitty Kimball, who's a retired Louisiana Chief Justice from Ventris, Louisiana. In case you don't know where Ventris is, it's part of the New Roads area there.
Sure.
And where the Jumonvilles live in Ventris. And of course, she had a stroke, so she's very concerned about getting messages out there. She was fortunate she overcame it. It was not a serious one that kept her out.
It took a while. It took a while.
Oh, year plus probably to get better. But so learn how to watch the stroke. When you start
symptoms. Right.
Symptoms, and you can read up on it, and and of course you have to watch your blood pressure. That's the one thing I guess would be one of the first things that you have to watch when your blood pressure gets too high. It's stroke time, that's what they call it. But anyhow, I was glad to see that someone with her name recognition is in the forefront of reminding us that it is May and it is time for us to learn a little bit more about stroke.
Well, this weekend, or this Saturday is the 10th?
Yes,
this Saturday is the 10th. Our Lady of Mercy's youth group will be having a garage sale at the CCD building there on the grounds. That's on the west side of Opelousas at 7 a.m. I'm going to cough again. I tell you what, I'm going to do the Bobby Dupre trick.
Take a little sip of water.
Try a little bit of that water, see if it helps me. Saturday, 7 a.m. All morning they'll be doing clothing and kitchenware and knickknacks, love seat lamps, all to help the kids go down to the Steubenville Catholic Youth Conference down in Houma in June. So go by this Saturday and try to contribute and buy something.
You know, May the 10th is also a very special day in a couple of our good friends' life. And that's their 50th wedding anniversary. And of course, I'm speaking of Jude and Virginia Marks.
No kidding.
50 years. And they're going to have a celebration. The family's putting on a party for them. And certainly they've been very good to their kids. And they've been very good. I know that Jude did a good job on the job that he held, and of course Virginia had been a workhorse at Dupre Carrier Gacho. I mean, she was part of that group that when you needed some overtime pulled, you needed something on Saturday and you didn't finish on Saturday and you needed them on Sunday, Virginia was there along with a group of others, but I certainly hope that they have a lot more good healthy years.
How about this on May 10th as well? Happy birthday to your niece, Jean Dupre, over in Houston. I remember that. And also to Meredith Burley over in Washington. So 2 birthdays when I was a kid growing up. We all went to school together.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Well, good. Happy birthday, certainly. And what else?
What else I got? Oh, I got plenty of stuff here. How about one more sponsor? How about JB Sandals? We'll sneak one more in. JB Sandals, it's springtime. It's time to go and get in that yard and get that yard right. Wheelbarrows, nozzles for your water hoses. If you're looking for rakes and gloves and ice chests. Over on the other side, they got all the houseware with all the great cake pans, baking stuff. You're looking for nice plates, nice forks, drinking glasses of all sizes. If you like to have a fancy bar with all those weird drink glasses, every little drink got a different glass. They got all that at JB Sandals. Picture frames, go by right there in Opelousas.
A couple that has certainly used different yard type of equipment and went out and bought a lot of beautiful plants and planted them. I'm speaking of Robert and Kim Minyard. And they was selected as the May 2014 Lafayette Garden Club Yard of the Month.
Very
and
good.
of course, Robert has roots in Lewisburg and St. Landry Parish, and of course he's a realtor and a real estate developer in Lafayette, doing quite well. And so congratulations to that couple.
And coming up on May 12th is the Golf for the Homeless. That is to help benefit the Lighthouse Mission here in town. It's the men's homeless shelter run by Mike Fontenot and Johnny Carey over there. If you want to help out, you can call Mike at 351-7851. There are 2 tee times, 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. All day long things are going on. They're going to auction things off. If you're not a golfer like me and you, we always go by, get a little bite to eat, and we buy a few things and give a little donation. Great, great event to go by. And one other thing. They're going to give away a Nissan. If somebody hits a hole-in-one in a par 3, you get a brand new Nissan Altima.
Whoa, that's a nice one. That
From Nissan
Altima
of
is kind of
Opelousas.
high end. From a catalog to a humble home. And what they're talking about in this picture here, this is Acadiana history. And I've been reading up on, they running these on a regular basis in the Daily Advertiser. And people are submitting different old pictures with a little bit of history. And this particular home here, it's a 2-story home, and it's located at 1111 Dunrath Street in Lafayette. It's known as the Fournette House, and it was built for Joseph Voorhees in 1919 from a Sears kit.
There you go.
Well, the interest I have in the Sears kit is that the home that Adelaide lives in, that when we were married, I was living there, we bought this from the Sandoz family.
Over on Liberty Street.
On Liberty Street, and that house is a Sears house. And it built from a kit. It was delivered by means of the train. It was unloaded from the train in Opelousas. And it was the Sandoz, same Sandoz roots family as the Sandoz of J.B. Sandoz hardware store, which is only like 135 years old. So those people were always on the cutting edge.
Type of thing, yeah.
Yep. So anyhow, a little bit of history.
How about this? Today is May the 8th, right? Is today May the 8th? Today is May the 8th. May the 10th is Saturday. They're having the Opelousas Catholic Sporting Clay Challenge. I'll get it out. Go down and shoot clay targets to help support Opelousas Catholic. They want teams of 4. You can go to longriverlodge.com for more information and directions, or you can give a call to our good friend Jude Orman, 351-2304. That's this Saturday. They'll be shooting clay targets, and all proceeds go to help the school, Opelousas Catholic.
Vicky stopped in at Stelli's in LeBeau and did some grocery shopping with Joel Stelly, the owner of the grocery store end of the business. The convenience store and gas station is Mike and Karen Pilgrim on that particular section of it. Joel went and personally unloaded the basket for Vicky. Vicky's, had all the surgery, foot surgery. And she says, if you don't mind, tell him how nice he was. So Joel, thanks a lot for being so kind.
Well, folks, we're going to see you all on the other side of 1 minute.
Welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick Andrew, and we've got some sponsors here.
Oh, I got sponsors. Let me tell you, they love us. LHC Group, all your home health care needs, go by. Tell them you want to see Harold Taylor. Maybe Harold Taylor can come out and give you a little rub down, physical therapy or something. But they've got physical therapy services for in your home. They've got nursing that they can send to your home if you need nursing care, any kind of equipment you need in your home. They do hospice care. They do palliative care. They've got that health and wellness center right there on Heather Drive. Huge operation with brand new tennis courts. Finest around with those big old lights that don't attract bugs, and a bright, bright, bright. Even late at night, you can go out there and have a good time and play What else I got to tell you about LHC? It's all about helping people, locations all throughout the United
correct.
States.
Right.
How about our next sponsor? How about Dixie Storage? All your storage needs, personal, commercial, all around the parish. They have locations, Port Barry, Appaloosa, and Washington. And you know, if you need a sign, let's say you got a lake association and you need to put a little sign that says, if you got problems getting in the lock, call this number, and you put Pierre's number on it. Dixie Storage can make those little plastic type signs.
And have made them for us.
And they make them fast. You just go by, you tell them what you want, they'll make them. Very, very aggressive pricing. Can flip it over for you real quick. You know, those little one shots. You know, you're not going to be buying 1,000 signs to put all over the parish. You're just trying to buy 1 or 2 signs for your property. Say, keep out, or you know, lock the gate when you finish, or whatever. They do all that for you at Dixie. Also, can weigh your truck. They've got Dixie One Trucking, where they'll actually deliver loads for you, do inventory control by moving stuff between your warehouses, or if it's a warehouse you're renting from them. They've got their sister company, A Plus Glass, with locations in Opelousas and in Lafayette. They'll do all your glass needs. They fix your windshields, they inspect your cars, from the littlest subcompact to the biggest 18-wheeler.
I want to go over a few of the late obituaries that occurred recently, and Miss Zetta Reed Stelly overlooked mentioning that. That's a few days ago. Of course, she was the wife of Mr. Andy Stelly, one of the finest carpenters that's ever lived, built a lot of houses in and around St. Landry Parish. And she, of course, was survived by her sons, Warren Stelly and his wife, Marlene, Jay Stelly and his wife, Judy, Tommy Stelly, all of Lafayette, Willie Stelly and his wife, Connie, and Raymond Stelly and his wife, Brenda, all of Baton Rouge, and one daughter, Joyce Bourke, Hewitt Bourke's wife. Joyce has worked, I'm not sure if she's retired from Queen of Angels Catholic Church in the office there. She and that would be her aunt, Novella Taylor.
I think Novella retired.
Right. And they not much difference in age, but was the aunt, the Reed. Novella was Novella Reed before marrying years ago. So our deepest sympathies to the family, and I know that family real well. Miss Dolores Holloway, who I didn't know that well, but her husband was a longtime employee over at the sign company on West Landry. Marcan Advertising. And also in love and memory of our beloved mother, Miss Lucy, better known as Dupre, Dupre. Very, very active in the school system and the political circles. If there was a political event, there was a political election going on, you knew she had picked her a candidate.
This would be her year to have fun.
Have fun, because she loved it, and I had some fond memories of working with her. When she told you she was aboard the team, she was part of the team, she was part of that team. She worked. She didn't like to lose. Mr. Francis Arno, can't say that I know him or knew him. He's age 72, but I know his daughter, Mona Bergdorf, and her husband, Brad, who whenever I need a little extra hand, I can call Brad and he will be there. Might be working out of town, but when he comes in, he'll be there to see if he can help. Always has been a help. Of course, his mom and daddy worked for our company.
Jan and Jack.
And Jack Bergdorf. And a person who was known for many, many years, because he lived to be age, I think, 92. So you get to know a lot of people, especially if a large portion of that was served as in politics. And I'm speaking of Mr. Howard Austin, who passed away early last week, was buried, I guess it was Saturday, I guess he was buried. Or was it Monday?
The day you and I went to the funeral, which was
Monday.
Yeah,
we went.
Monday.
Yeah, we went.
Sure.
We went to the wake.
That's right.
We sure did. We surely did. Mr. Howard retired with a very successful military career.
Correct.
According to some friends, he came back with some money. We're not going to tell you how he made that money while he was in there. I did a little bit of that same kind of lending, but. He was very active in the community. He worked hard for the civil rights movement, but he was never one to create confusion or anything. He worked at it always in, I don't know, a very...
He followed Dr. King's example of doing it without violence and to try to work within the system to make it happen.
To make it happen. And it has happened in our community, and it's people like Mr. Howard Austin.
And you and I got the opportunity. We got there just as the ladies' rosary group was saying the rosary. We got a chance to say the rosary.
That's correct. And Rita Kelly, Rita Barn Kelly, her family name was Barn. She was born from Opelousas. Kind of remember when they met, when she met her husband Gary Keller, who was an administrator at Opelousas General Hospital, probably back in those days when he met her. I think that's how it was. And then, of course, he has continued on. He's retired a couple of times, and he keeps coming back. And Rita was by his side. And
they went to Florida. I think they had a child accepted to play football at Florida. So he took a hospital job in Florida so they could be close to watch the child play. So I mean, he was a mover. He was a mover.
I remember that.
Yeah, I mean.
That's right. So.
But he could. He was very talented.
She came from a large family in Opelousas. Another person who died was Miss Dorothy Rivette Morris. And reading through the obituary, her husband, of course, was Lee Morris, who was about my age, maybe a year or two older than me, and we knew each other very, very well. So my deepest sympathies to the family of Miss Dorothy Morris.
And what you got, one more?
I got one more here, and this is a young man who was about my age. I guess he's about a year or so 75. He's 2 years younger than me. His sister June Rackley graduated with me in 1955 from Opelousas High School. And of course, I'm speaking of the death of DeWitt Rackley. And their father was from the Carolinas, and he would hang these hams and let the mold
cure
with the mold and all. That was, when he'd let you in that room there, that was something to see, because we Cajuns
didn't do that. You smoke your meat.
Smoke it and save it. But Dr. Rackley, that's the way he did it. And of course, DeWitt stayed with medicine. He was a pharmacist and was living in Lafitte, Louisiana, way down there. And I would hear about him occasionally. It's a shame. I don't know that I saw him since graduation back in the time when I graduated 2 years earlier than him with his sister June. So if anybody listening to the program can pass this on and have June call me, I'd certainly appreciate it. I'd like to talk to her, because I see he is survived by her. She's still alive. So please let us know. And thank you to Philip Cresswell sent this to me. Absolutely. And of course, Sandra Mistrick sent it to him. So got to me. So thank y'all very, very much. The Times-Picayune carried this, and he's going to be there's going to be a memorial service at a later date.
This weekend, Saturday, at the Embley Grounds on May the 10th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is going to be FUR's first annual shindig. And what FUR's is Friends Underwriting Rescues. And what it is, a group of people in our area with the St. Landry Parish Animal Shelter. Some of the animals weren't always the best kept. They've revamped some of the things going on. So a little independent group is trying to help, volunteer time, and try to do a lot of help. Our own friend, Miss Mary Richard, very, very active with the group there.
She walks her dog all the time.
The dog's with her all the time.
In between doing somebody's haircut, I tell you what, she'll walk that little dog of hers.
If you bring your animals this weekend, we have all kinds of things for kids to do, from fun jumps to music, but you can bring your dog. Just make sure your dog's on a leash. They'll have a photographer to take pictures with your family, with your dog. You can go by.
And that's kind of hard to do. It's kind of like taking a picture of a horse.
That's right.
Very difficult.
Hard to get that face to point the right way. They also will do free microchipping. So if you're worried about your dog, they do the microchip inside the shoulder.
Very popular.
Very good if your dog should get away. Somebody steal your dog. When the dog pops up, they run that scanner. Poop, they know exactly who you are with your phone number. Very good thing to do. So go by this weekend from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you want to adopt an animal, a lot of the animals will be there for adoption.
And I understand quite a bit of work has been done done by our parish government
update the facility.
Update it. So I want to thank all the councilmen and the president for taking heed, and it's a very serious matter. A lot of the older people today, I keep saying this, they'll pass up taking their medicine to take care of that cat or that dog.
And my dog just turned 10 years old. I brought him to have his little checkup over.
So that's 7 times 10?
That'd be like a 70-year-old man.
Older than you?
But I tell you what, he's spry. He's still pretty spry. We're hanging with him. So far, so good. He and I are both there. When he goes, I don't know if they'll keep me at the house. You know, he likes me, so I get to sleep inside. But you know, if he wasn't there, they won't have nobody to take up for me some days. You know, they say I'm ornery.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, this week I just want to say
we've already had that.
Hello and thanks to our friend Paige Malonzo at the Silver Slipper. Big crowd. If you get a chance to go by and eat, a nice new little restaurant at the Silver Slipper. Go by.
About that. I'll have to go by, Paige. I'm sorry, I haven't been yet.
Very, very nice. And I saw Governor Edwards there with his lovely wife and the baby.
And you didn't take a picture?
Well, I took a couple of pictures. I don't have them with
me. Okay, all right. You're trying to sell them. I understand how that works.
That's right.
You probably have them on Facebook or what? No, what's the one you sell things?
Oh, you sell eBay.
eBay. It's probably on eBay. Y'all, if y'all want to see that picture, you probably have to pay for it.
That's right. This is a free show.
I know. Yeah, we don't charge.
That's right.
Let's get a couple of pictures.
I got
here.
some. How about this one right here?
Well, this young man is at the Grand Hotel in Natchez, Mississippi, and when he saw me, I guess all those white people in the lounge there, he ran across the other side of the bar and came give me a big old hug, and that's how we feel about Brian. And he fixes me a virgin drink of margarita and whatever.
And that's just as good.
Just as good. And thank you, Brian, for being my little friend. And of course, I was attending. Remember last week we filmed the movie, the show on Tuesday. We usually do it on Wednesday, like we're doing it today. But we did it last Tuesday because there was a big function going on. Keith Fountain with the Fountain Agency. He handles FEMA flood claims. And there's a lot of those that have occurred in recent years, none in the past year. So but he has Sandy over on the East Coast really gave him a lot of work.
And he has like a get-together, fun time, but then a bunch of seminars to train people.
Continuing education. You've got to get so many hours of continuing education.
Having a little cocktail hour.
And this is on the street. The hotel is to the left, and to the right is the Mississippi River.
Grabbing T-shirts, I see.
Yeah, he gave everybody a T-shirt. What a man.
There's the man himself.
There he is himself, Keith Fountain. What a man. Thanks so much. And I did,
okay. Your friend making drinks.
Yep. And
there's Noel Bunel
with
in green.
Green. And the young man next to him on the other picture is from Montana. His mother is probably the most knowledgeable person working with the FEMA program.
We're going to take a break for a minute. We're going to come back with more photos and more fun here on the Bobby Dupre Show.
Welcome back to the third quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew.
Cool.
And we've got a couple of sponsors here.
How about Targill? You need a little pepper on them crawfish? Go to Targill Seasoning. They can help you out. Targill Seasoning and Butcher Supplies right there on Wartail. They got kitchen supplies as well.
And the people that are watching the program and do crawfish balling, shrimp balling, and all that, where you need big amounts, he can produce whatever you need in larger containers.
If you got your own recipe for seasoning, go over there and say, this is my proportions of my recipe. They'll mix all that up for you. They can even put it in individual nice little containers with your own labeling on it. So when you have your crawfish ball, here's Uncle Joe's seasoning, or it's Mama Stanford's seasoning, or whoever the family is. You can do all that. Family reunions, great ideas, but good to sell and good for promotional type things. Go by Targill. And one more.
Our friends over at Southern General Agency
did the same thing. Our friends at OPAC Financial Services have done it.
Right.
Our friends at Imperial Fire and Casualty have.
That's right. By the way, David has money to lend over at OPAC Financial Services.
It's springtime. The money tree was sprouting. I mean, it's fresh
Might
money.
need a new lawnmower. Might
right.
need some tools to go with it. Might
Absolutely.
need one of those real nice barbecue pits, $300 or $400 ones. some
Graduation
nice ones.
expenses.
Whatever the need is, they've got
Vacation.
money to lend.
You got it.
OPAC Financial Services.
And you can also go, I guess this is kind of an interesting angle, go to Quarters Casino and try to double your money.
Well, we've had some people come in and borrowed money, and they went across the street and invested it in the little machines.
They've done that too. But Quarters Casino, if you go by, they got great food. El Pico de Gallo. We just had Cinco de Mayo was Monday. You can go to El Pico de Gallo and have some great Mexican cuisine in their cantina there. You can also go into the convenience store and get crispy, crunchy chicken. You can get Subway sandwiches. You can get Stuckey's candy. Get all kind of great cold drinks, iced down, not iced down, whatever you're looking for. Go by Chevron Fuel and Gaming.
And that little story I started to say, I'm not going to use names, but David Link will remember making that loan on my recommendation that day, and the gentleman went over and invested it with three of a kind. I guess Dolphy came out the winner on that.
Somebody
on that
won.
deal.
Huh?
Yep.
Somebody won. All right, so let's go back to pictures. We're talking about seasoning. We'll show the crawfish boil that Keith Fountain was having over in beautiful Natchez on top of the hill.
Yes, sir.
And there's Noel with another one of his buddies there.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Noel knows all these fellas. He's been hunting with most of these in these pictures we've taken
look
right
at the
here.
food, fried.
Up in Montana, I might add.
Fried foods and hamburgers. Caven's Crawfish Catering. Man.
And I'm telling you, they
Nice
were
wagon.
well rigged up.
And that's the Grand Hotel right on top of the bluff, right at Natchez.
Right, that's the back side of it.
Oh,
and they
it's beautiful,
block
huh?
off the street. I mean, they do things to
First
get
class.
tourism business developed, and they've got a beautiful new convention
Now,
center.
I don't understand how Noel's going to make it with that CrossFit training if he's eating all that food. I bet when he goes back.
But then he goes and exercise right away.
And his trainer's not there because she can't
Yeah,
fuss him.
that's
But
correct.
she's watching the show so she can fuss him now.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm going to
And
keep showing.
this young man is from Montana,
Down
and I don't see the name, but anyhow.
Brandon
from Montana.
We got
it
him.
written. Yes, sir.
Hello,
Good
Brandon.
morning, Brandon.
And this is one of the gentlemen from FEMA in the blue jacket.
FEMA, that man is kind of high up the totem pole, as we refer to it, with FEMA. And they were very happy to have him, and I think he might have even spoke some to there were about 125 adjusters from throughout the United States in attendance.
So FEMA's got to work with all these people, so train them on what FEMA's looking for to qualify for government funding.
and how to properly go through the application process, give the people what they deserve in as timely a manner as you possibly can. I mean, it's all about time, because when your house is flooded, you don't need to see an adjuster in a month from now or 2 weeks from now. You need to see him just as quick as humanly possible. And these people, we used to call them storm troopers. As soon as the storm settles down and the electricity is back on, they're there. Well, if there's some electricity, they're going to find it to run their computer. And this is Keith, and this is Natalie, his date for the night, and her name is Natalie Baker. Lives in the Baton Rouge area, but her dad is Mr. Roy Baker from Opelousas, Louisiana.
No kidding.
That's correct. So what a little bitty world, a beautiful young lady, and we all had fun.
Here. Who's the photographer?
That's Kelly.
There you go.
And she is, I call them Girl Fridays, just doing everything. She and Carla, I don't know if I think I have a picture somewhere in here of Carla. This is Matt, Matt.
You said it 2 minutes ago.
I said it just a minute ago.
Oh, no.
Okay, but anyhow,
Welcome
Matt is a young attorney from the New Orleans area, might live in Covington now.
His dad had the insurance agency.
That's correct. His father was insurance also.
Munson. We got it. Oh,
and
both of us.
This particular picture here, on the left would be Evangeline Bank officer. I have it right here. What's wrong with my, right here.
Mr.
Russell Easley. And he is CFO of Evangeline Bank in Ville Platte, but his main duties are in Alexandria, where he lives. And Keith is next to him in the picture. We're starting from the left, and Keith is on the advisory board of Evangeline Bank of Ville Platte. And then the next gentleman is Mr. Mike Ewalt, and he would be, I think, one of those from Montana, hunting country anyhow. And then Matt Ritchie is the next one, a little shorter man. And then all the way on the right, of course, is Noel Bunall. And all of these guys know each other real, real well. And this is the
over Vidalia.
Over Vidalia, and you're looking at the mighty Mississippi River. And this is a couple that they wanted, I offered to take that picture, so I took it with that camera, and then
you said, I got to get one for myself.
Get one for mine. And then this is YZ Easley family,
right.
Is spotlighted in one of the best signage locations in Natchez, Mississippi, right on the bluff.
What they call the Blues Trail, and they got these signs every so often to talk about the blues.
Yep.
And it's Theodis, I think is what.
Theodis, yes.
Yeah, Ely.
He probably hit it the biggest big time out of the brothers, but they all were excellent. That's my buddy.
YZ.
He and I had dinner in at the Magnolia Bluff Casino, the new casino, I might add. We just donated or sent $225,000 to the town of the city of Natchez.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Here's the first two, Theodis and YZ with their brother Bubba.
So
all three big musicians all around there, and I think they had a cousin that was in Vidalia.
Oh, yeah.
The whole squad, all right there.
They had their own band.
Oh, yeah.
And then this guy here found him a little honey right here. I mean, they're having fun. She was kind of chilly, so he was keeping her warm.
You got to warm up.
And then band from Pineville. I don't know the name.
It's not a rap band, huh?
Oh, no, country band.
Right.
And I mean,
cowboy hats give it away.
Good music.
And we got. What you got here? What are they doing?
Under their rugs, Hookers Spin Wool Retreat in Natchez.
Hookers?
Hookers, yeah.
What's that about? Wait, rug hookers?
Yeah, rug. They're making rugs and all.
The rug and all.
And I've got one of the hookers was a Gail Swallow from Opelousas. What a small world.
See if we can find. I got a little further down.
I walked in, Gail was not in the room at the time, and they said, well, our leader here.
There we are. That's Gail.
But yeah, that's Gail. She wasn't in charge of this particular one, but she lives in the Baton Rouge area.
And there they are, a whole big
crowd. And there they are with their friends.
Right.
And Gail, of course, has hers. She does Baton Rouge, Tyler, and Fredericksburg. In Texas.
I've been there before.
And, oh yeah, beautiful country. And Gail and I really had fun. They couldn't get over how many people we both knew. I'm a little older, but she's part of the Swallow family that lived on Church Street, if my memory serves me right. And Joanne, it would be her niece, Velma Swallow. Velma's daughter is Joanne, and Joanne...
Oh, married to Glenn Cortez.
Married to Glenn Cortez.
Now we're on the same page.
Now you're on the same page.
Caught up now, you see?
Okay.
Don't take me long to catch up.
We had a blast.
And this young lady is the lady we saw a while ago with the camera.
Yep.
And then we've got...
well, I was proud to stand next to her.
So.
You know, I look pretty good. Dresses me up.
I don't know if I can go that far,
This Mr. Thomasy, and I'm not sure if that's his wife or what, a friend or whatever, but
and the band
Jason, and he's from the Alexandria area.
And the band moved inside, I see.
Yes, so they didn't quit till they made them quit because of the noise level in the hotel.
And Mr. Easley cutting up and talking.
Yep, Russell.
Other guys talking and visiting, and
Matt Ritchie again.
Then you went to Blanchett
Saturday
Farms.
I went to pick up another horse, man. I
horse.
bought 4 of them last week.
I hope you got a saddle.
Well, and didn't spend much money, so I don't know what I'm going to get. But what I'm trying to do was copy the group that won the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
California Chrome. And they bought 2 gentlemen, 2 friends. Bought a mare for $8,000, bred it to a stallion that cost $2,500. That's at the low end of the cost, both of them, and came up with the Kentucky Derby winner. And you know, I'm just trying to. You never know.
It takes 2 years, right? So, or is it 3? It's 3-year-old.
3-year-old.
So the horses, yeah. So, and how old is this one that you just bought?
This is a 2-year-old.
2 year. Oh yeah. So next year, next May,
I-
I'll call from my hotel room now.
Get your
Well, yeah. I mean,
while,
I don't
while
want
the
to
price is still
well,
reasonable.
Sure. And
Yeah.
I'll buy a hat. I'll have to buy a hat. It's Derby Day, right?
Yeah. Oh, and look, Sabrina's got to have a
Oh,
big
sure.
hat.
And speaking of hats, look at this man with
Look
a hat.
at this guy now. He dresses for the Derby. This is Saturday afternoon.
And he's standing well. So that cane is just for style.
That's a styling cane.
man, it looks
Martin
good.
Brown, a very successful jockey,
Really?
and rode till about 2 years ago. He's about
Really?
70 years old now.
No kidding.
From the Lawtell.
Look at those hands on that man.
Area.
You think he could grab a bottle?
What?
There's a lot of hands
Still,
on a man.
Well, he rode until about 2 years ago. What a man. And then some other people that were enjoying themselves and doing some merchandising of their magazine, the Louisiana Equine Report. And on the left is Mike Malazzo. He's the president, and I guess he and his wife next to him are the owners of the business. And the lady next to him, you couldn't read it on that. You're pretty good
Can't
at
quite
reading.
catch it. It says press on it. So.
Yes, well, yeah, that's correct. Well, she's part of
Of
the
the
sales
magazine,
team, and the person on the right, we've shown her picture before,
definitely.
and Catherine Allure, and she does sales, and now they're going to have a radio program. I'll have to find out the
Really?
radio
Well, excellent.
station.
Well, sure.
So now they're going to have a radio program, and I think it's going to be on Saturday mornings.
And these are pictures from Evangeline Downs at night?
Evangeline Downs at
More.
night, and that is Mr. and Mrs. Romero on the far left, and on the right is Sandra and Alan Landry. Sandra's mama and daddy are the Romeros. And
Excellent.
I have the name right here. That's Mr. Murphy Romero and Miss Mildred Romero.
Very good. And we got some more photos here.
That
I know
was
those guys.
Saturday night when I was leaving the races. I rode down the elevator with Charlie Dupre and Jackie Oye and Roy Dupre and his wife, and I can't think, you can't think of her name?
No, off the top of my head. No.
I don't have time to call. Well,
I should just see Raw when I go to
but-
the filling station
and-
you had for years.
and she gave me a big hug when
There
she
you go.
saw me, and I don't know her name.
Good
now,
morning,
that's pretty
Mrs. Raw.
good.
Good morning, Mrs. Dupuy.
Miss Dupuy. And these people had a good night. They were sitting down, and I'm talking about Miss Pearl, Mrs. Pearl, and Mr. Charlie Arsenault. And they, from Lafayette, they had a grocery store and also cooked food in there. And they had a good night. They said they come regularly to the Evangeline Downs Casino and restaurants.
We're going to take a 1-minute break. We're going to come back for that last quarter.
We have to hurry. Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, and my sidekick here, Andrew. We have
got all four
we have
quarters.
how many sponsors we have left?
Oh, we got 20. Let's see what we got. Steamboat Warehouse. Get Mama away from the smell of her own cooking and go to the steamboat and have some good food. And I'm going to show you a picture because I went to the steamboat, and I'll tell you that story in a second, too. And I saw this couple there with their lovely granddaughter. That's our good friend Bobby Swallow. Perhaps one of the most decorated boxes, both in the, I guess, high school level,
school
and then it was college and military where he went in the box. And college,
LSU,
that's right, correct. And so
Champion.
I saw Coach Donnie Perron was there that night having dinner, and I asked him what he thought. If anybody in the building could take out Bobby, he says, not a chance. He still looked like the best boxer in the building.
I'm sure he works out a little bit.
And they were proud of the granddaughter. They were out eating dinner. What I was doing was I was stalking my daughter and my son, Austin and Andrew, were with their prom dates there. Had bought, rented the car for them to go out and have, that way they went to worry about nothing. They get driven and go to steamboat. Chef owner Jason Hughey over there said, just tell the kids to try to come early because the crowd, gets there late. They got there early. There was a nice table. He sent the right waitress, made sure they were well taken care of. And then when they went to leave, Daddy had snuck in the building. Daddy took care of the bill for both the couples and took pictures out on the deck. And of course, they don't want to be seen on television. They're a little too haunt for that.
Later on, they're going to be looking for opportunities to be on TV.
You do have Bobby's picture. You did get to show Bobby's picture, Steve, or not? Yes? Yeah. No? Okay, all right. So we're out of pictures right now. The pictures aren't showing up? They are showing up. Not showing up. Okay.
What?
I'm trying to figure out what we're doing. You can't see this one either. All right. I'm going to work on the pictures in a second.
We have a picture. We have it on our computer.
Yeah, we're going to fix that. Anyway, let's go. One more thing I want to announce. We're talking about Steamboat. Steamboat Warehouse, great food. The seafood's excellent. The drinks in the bar are great wine selection. Do like me. You can just go in, get you some food there. A lot of people taking gold plates. Go and send your kids on special occasions there as well, and you can stalk your kids. You can hide in the bar and stalk your kids while they're eating. Get a couple of pictures of them before they go out to the prom.
Watch how you use that stalking.
Well, you can stalk your own kids. Yeah. That's okay, you know.
But that's then you peeping on them.
I guess
then you're peeping.
I was a peeper. I was a peeper. Oh, and Slimco, if you want your scholarship, today's Thursday. Today's the last day for the scholarship. The annual meeting is coming up in May.
June.
But, June. Yeah, June. We're in May. Download your application, turn it in today at Slimco.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's amazing.
The Country Roads is a real nice magazine that is priceless, and it's no price to it. I had never seen it advertised like this, priceless. And it shows different articles about different parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. And St. Landry Parish Tourism has bought almost a half a page here, I see. We live our culture. Very well.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a nice thing. And then our parish tourism, of course, is our good friend Celeste Gomez. And then you piggyback. If you one of the grantees, so they got a lot of money, you apply if you've got a local event or whatever, a local business, and they co-op. They advertise for you. They'll buy the big ad and they'll put you on there. I know the St. Landry Catholic Church Cemetery tours every year. We co-op with the St. Landry Parish Tourism. So really cool thing, and they pick up those right magazines. Great move.
And they're all over that part of Mississippi and also in Louisiana.
How's your picture thing going there, Steve? I hate to ask you again.
No, still nothing.
All right.
Okay, well.
We'll keep rolling. You keep talking, and we'll figure it out.
We wanted to talk about the St. Landry Parish Veteran Mode. We want to show you a few pictures, but if we get it back, but I can talk about it.
Go ahead.
They are laying the bricks, and they are still taking orders for bricks. They $50 per brick, and you have a 3-line message you can put your grandfather or your daddy or something, your brother or your husband, whatever. And it doesn't have to be a military person. It can be just a brick in memory of. Does not have to be a veteran. Let's get that. There's a special section for those that people want to buy in memory of. And the project is coming along real nicely. I passed by, took a picture of Mr. Floyd Darby, his wife and daughter, and spoke with Jerome Godet, who's not only the architect that designed all of this, but hands-on working literally every day to help get the completion on this project.
I believe you're up, Steve, if you take a look, huh? No?
No.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So you can contact Pat Mason-Gilry, who is the project chairman, and different levels you can do. If you want to spend a little bit more money, there's different levels where you can get something a little bit larger. And I noticed that I had ordered a tree, and we have a picture of the tree, but we probably have to wait till next week to show the.
We'll get it next week.
Army Sergeant Corey Rimsberg. He's the 30-year-old Army Ranger who was injured severely in a roadside bomb. Exploded, and it put him in a 3-month coma.
Right.
occurred on his 10th deployment to Afghanistan. Can
Holy
you imagine
smokes.
how dedicated some of these soldiers are?
Well, you know what we're gonna
His whole hometown is Gilbert, Arizona.
And I'll tell you this, that tree looks just like this one right here. Did I have it? Ha ha ha! Fix the pictures. There you go. That's the tree.
That's the Savannah holly. And I purchased this tree in memory of all of our servicemen.
And in honor of him.
But in honor of him.
And I'm going to show some of the pictures from the monument.
Mr. Bob Thibodeau has personally gone out and planted this particular
they're
tree
hoping to be
for yours truly, Bobby Dupre.
They're hoping to be moving for the Memorial Day event later on this month is what they're hoping to do. If everything comes together, we should be able to handle it. Yes, I did, sir. And I'm just showing you the monument itself is covered with a tarp. I went out there early this morning. I mean, but you can see everything is coming together. A bunch of the commemorative plaques along the wall. Just a beautiful, beautiful place. And I don't have all the bricks and all showing, but they're a brick walkway with all the folks' names already.
You can see that red laying on the ground. That's
and a
bricks.
lady was out there with a sketch pad. That's why I didn't go where those bricks were, because she was walking around with a sketch pad. She was drawing pictures with a charcoal sketch pad. So you can see already the artists are going to go there. It's going to be a nice place to take pictures, and that's all my photos.
And that big oak tree. No, you should
I got
have
more?
some more.
Oh, I do have more. You're correct. How about this one?
That's Mr. Ed Cotto. Ed, I recognized, I couldn't think of the name. I said, but you ran a canal station in the curve right next to the St. Andrew Parish Airport in Opelousas. And everybody started laughing at the table. And he's now a minister, Pentecostal minister in the Carolinas, and he did his understudy with Reverend Reeves in Opelousas.
Oh, excellent.
And here's some pictures of my friend
in St. Francisville
that got ran out of New Orleans by Katrina, Hurricane Katrina, and she ain't going back to that place again. She loves her place.
This is Steampunk Espresso Bar, and that's
Yes.
where at? You're in Natchez there?
Natchez, Mississippi, and the gentleman in the cream color at the end of the bar is Ricky, and Ricky is the beverage manager. He was recruited by Regina and Doug Chabrinay, who own King's Tavern.
Right.
And he
Look how pretty.
says business is good, and this is in the Steampunk Coffee Roasters is the name of the place, and they've got delicious sandwiches. And this lady, and this is Keith Norman's mama and daddy.
Are you kidding me?
Not Keith Norman. I'm sorry, Keith Fountain.
Keith Fountain.
We had
That's all right.
We had Yvonne Norman on our minds.
We had talked to her earlier.
Talked about her earlier. This is the Fountain. I had met Ms. Fountain last year over in the event that was held. Last year he held it in Marksville at the casino there.
Showing some of the things. They got a Beatles show coming up to the Grand Natchez, showing that Monmouth has daily tours. They also have a little restaurant and lounge.
we ate at Dunlith and the
yeah, what's the place in the back called again? It's
the Castle.
The Castle. It's a wonderful place.
Oh Lordy, beautiful.
And that's Noel and his little car?
Noel and his little car, and it's for sale.
And you got some books here, a Greg Isles book with T-shirts.
Yes, sir. And Miss Spears was the salesperson. There she is right there. Not only selling books, but I bought one for Vicky because she already had about a half a dozen of Greg Isles books. And he lives in Natchez, so she sold 100 plus the day before.
No kidding. And while we're talking about Vicky and Yvonne Norman, wish them good luck. This weekend is a Mother's Day weekend. They're going to retreat Thursday night till Saturday. It's a shortened one for Mother's Day weekend over at the Retreat House at Our Lady of the Oaks in Grand Coteau. If you're a man or a woman and wants to go to retreat, and they've got separate retreats, but they also have couple retreats. Give them a call.
Vic is nervous.
Well, the first time you go, you see that goat is hard to ride on. You know, when they initiate you your first time.
And then the foot problem and everything else. You know.
Well,
but she wants to go.
You go to this thing. You hear it's a silent retreat. You don't know what to expect, and when you get there, you're surprised it's so easy. It's an easy thing.
I'll have to tip off Marie so Marie can greet herself.
There you go, because you know Marie is a sweetheart. And then you got some more pictures you took.
Yeah, I saw this sign here. It's one of the best signs I ever saw in my life.
Let me read it. It says, always tell the truth, use kind words, keep your promises, giggle and laugh, stay happy, and be positive. Love one another, always be grateful. Forgiveness is mandatory. Give thanks for everything, try new things, say please and thank you, smile. That's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. I went across the street. That's when I bought the book. They thought they had that sign there. I'm told you can buy those at Walmart. That's what the lady told me. Walmart.
Well, that's where I'm going to sell all my good stuff, too. And we got here. You're trying to get a sunset over the little pond behind your house, but didn't quite get it.
I missed it.
We're back at the monument. Here you got Mr. Floyd Darby and his wife and daughter.
Just like I said.
Good morning, Mr. Floyd. Of course, big military man himself.
Oh,
absolutely. And was a political machine.
Oh, he's good.
What?
And this is Sue and John Abbey Castillo, and Sue's sister, Linnell Menard, and Bobby Dupre on the right. And I had not seen John Abbey in a long time. And this is my friend.
We just dropped pictures again. All right, so we're not going to have enough time to finish the pictures up. To get them next week, we're having a little technical difficulty here at the studio.
Give them another little story, and I'll be getting my
Go ahead, you do it.
Prayer.
I'll give you a little story. How about this? It's May 8th tonight. If you go to Celebrity Theater in Broussard, 1 p.m. this afternoon, 5 p.m. this afternoon, they're doing a fundraiser for KLFT radio here, Catholic radio, that broadcasts out of the same studio as us. And it's $20 a ticket, but the excess money goes to helping support the radio station. Please go by and get tickets either at the event or here at Delta Media, or you can get them at Crossroads Books or Acadiana Religious. How do you like that? Go ahead. Now it's time for your prayer.
Every ending of our program, Andrew and I ask you to consider attending the church of your choice. And we close with a small prayer, a thought. My Lord and my God, make me the spirit of worldliness. Let me aspire to live according only to what is pleasing